Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, and joining us, our buddy Chris Hogan, a.k.a. 7-Eleven, wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills on 104.5 The Team. Your home for New York sports. Got done with practice a little while ago, and Chris, thanks for running off the practice field and joining us. Our boy Derek Brown says hi, by the way. We interviewed you, of course, at training camp, and Derek Brown, former Giants tight end, man. You guys had a bonding moment underneath that oak tree. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good bonding moment between players. A former player and a player that's currently playing.
All right, Chris. Today, the feeling in Buffalo now that Terry and Kim Pegula are officially the owners of the Bills. Is that being talked about amongst the players today at all?
We discussed it in the team meeting that we had, and for us, it's we're trying to keep it business as usual. We're preparing for a game. Against the Patriots, obviously a huge game for us coming up. And, we know what's going on, and we know that the owners are, it's getting passed down to the Pegulas, and, we're excited for them, and they're excited for us. But, the main focus for us, as a team, is the Patriots on Sunday.
When we were out there, there was a, win now, we have to win now mentality. Is that getting amped up because you know who the owners are, or is it the same as it ever was?
I mean, I think we got a great team, this year, and I think, this team collectively is really coming together. And I don't think it's as much as a win now as it is. We know we got a good team, and we know that we can go out and win football games. And ultimately, what our goal is get to the playoffs.
Was it a more stressful environment when you guys didn't know who was going to own you and you didn't know for sure where your paychecks were going to be coming from? And now that you have an owner, you guys don't have to worry about that. Did you worry about that? Is it stressful for a player when ownership's up in the air?
You know what? It's fun. Russ Brandon, Doug Whaley. They did a great job keeping us in the loop of what was going on and what who was doing what and getting or was going to be passed down to. But they told us every single time in our meetings that business as usual. They'll take care of the business side of it, and we take care of playing football.
Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. Chris Hogan, wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills, joining us.
How nice is it to know that you're staying in Buffalo?
It's beautiful. Love this stadium. Love the fans and the people around here are awesome. Not like anything else around the league. So it's nice to know that we're staying here.
Chris, Kyle Orton, now your quarterback. You caught 2 passes from him last week. What is I know you guys got to be tired of talking about E.J. Manuel versus Kyle Orton, but the first ball you catch from Kyle Orton in practice and then on the field, what's the difference? What do you guys notice?
Kyle's a vet. I mean, he's been around the league for a very long time, and he carries himself that way. And he knows. He is very detailed in what he's doing as a quarterback, and he tells us, in practice and in the game, we get certain looks, this is where the ball's coming. And, I think it's the detail aspect that he is. He's very detailed in everything that he does.
Is there a feeling on the team and in the locker room now that do you feel like you can go farther with Orton? Are you more of a playoff team now than you were before?
You know what? I mean, I think that we believe that we're a playoff team, with EJ or with Kyle. I think that with Kyle, we have he's bringing a certain that veteran leadership to our offense and making sure that that we are staying on top of all the little things, all the little details, and making sure that we're perfect come Sunday.
Chris Hogan, wide receiver of the Buffalo Bills on 104.5 The Team. Chris, what's the dynamics like in an NFL locker room whenever the Bills, of course, their quarterback has been E.J. Manuel since you've been there now for the last year and a half. He's been the guy, and he's been the leader, and he's been the one working hard. For him to have that starting role stripped from him, what is it like in the locker room? Are there dynamics there? How's E.J. taking it? How is it behind closed doors?
You know what? I mean, off the field, EJ, and he is, he's one of my good friends, and a lot of good friends on that team. So, when something like that happens and a guy loses his starting job, you just want to, support him, off the field and make sure that he's, still working on getting better. And, eventually, I'm sure that he's going to be able to learn a lot, from Kyle and how he runs an offense and how he plays the game. So, behind, off the field, we're just, we're excited, with Kyle the starting role, and we're, there to support, our teammate, EJ.
All right, let's get on the field. A weird situation last week in Detroit. Guy goes on Twitter, says he's got a laser pointer. Then you got Kyle Orton, and you've got Colton Smith saying that they actually they felt their vision obstructed by the laser pointer. What were they saying about it in the huddle?
Oh, man, I saw it on the sideline. It was kind of, I've never seen anything like that before. We were lining up to kick a field goal, and all of a sudden you see a green flash of light go across Colton Schmidt, who is the holder. Obviously there's 60, 70,000 people in there. It's going to be hard to point out who's got the laser pointer. I think, Coach Marone made it aware to the officials, and, that's really all that we could do about it.
Did it affect you at all? Did it have the laser pointer? Did you see it on yourself or in your eyes or anything?
No, I didn't. I was never on any of the receivers as far as I know.
Now, also speaking of receivers, there's a loudmouth over in Detroit named Golden Tate. Did you hear what he had to say about Coach Schwartz, and what were your feelings on that?
I did not hear what he had to say.
Oh, he said that him being carried off the field by the defense was a douche move.
A douche move. He said Jim Schwartz being carried off by the Buffalo Bills defense was a douche move. Your thoughts on Golden Tate?
I can't speak for other players and what they're going to say, but I know that for Coach Schwartz, that was an emotional and a big win for him, and his family. I was happy to see him that excited, and for our players to be that excited that they want to, hoist him up and carry him off the field.
How big does that?
It's a big win for us on the road, So,
yeah.
Whatever.
And Chris, that was my next question. How big does that win go for you guys? The fact that you go into the Lions' house with that defense at the line, I'm sure you watch tape and that defensive front that they have, for you guys to win against that team, that defense on the road, how much does that mean to you guys?
For an offense and as a team, that's huge. The Lions were top of the charts and all the defensive statistics, turnovers, yards per game, and for us to go in there and play the game that we did and get that win in a tough environment, that's huge for us, especially going into this week. Playing the Patriots and a chance to be at the top of the league. So that was huge for us.
What is the feeling like knowing that you get to go up against the bully of the AFC East and the Patriots, and you guys are hitting on almost all 8 cylinders right now?
Man, it's Patriots week, so it's everything gets it gets amped up a little bit more, and everyone here is definitely wants to be a little bit more focused and get that little extra rep just so we can have everything perfect going into Sunday, because come Sunday it's going to be a dogfight for sure. They're a good team, but we are, like you said, we are firing on all cylinders right now. So we're excited about going into Sunday.
Bill Belichick called you guys a rivalry, a rival. I guess you would feel that's accurate based off what you said.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Chris, and obviously the Patriots 3-2 on the year. What do you see when you look at their defense on tape?
Got to be man. They got a pretty decent secondary. Obviously they got Revis there, and they'll hype that up and everything. But I think that we got a good game plan going in, and we should hopefully put some big points on the board.
Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team. Chris Hogan, wide receiver of the Buffalo Bills. Chris, you're a guy, New Jersey native. You went to Monmouth. You were featured on Hard Knocks, trying to make the team. And then you bounced around a little bit from 49ers to Giants to Dolphins, now with the Bills. Talk about somebody like yourself. You didn't have any targets up until last week. What is it like week to week just to keep and you've earned your NFL spot on the 53-man roster? How much pressure, how much do you think about it, how much you strive every day to keep that 53-man spot?
For me, I'll never take anything for granted. Being on the 53 is something that I've worked really hard for. Over the last 3 years, and I'm not going to be a guy that comes out here and doesn't come to work every single day. I'm out here giving good looks, whether it's for scout team or whether I got a couple packages in on offense. Making sure that I'm detailed and on top of my game every single day. So every single day, I kind of my mentality is one, I can always be better. And two, I got to be fine wherever it is to help this team get a win on Sunday, which is, a majority of special teams. And I got to go 100% on all those plays.
Chris Hogan, wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills. Chris, you're a good dude, man. Good luck to you. We always keep you in mind and hoping the best for you. And next time we have Derek Brown in studio, we'll definitely give you another call and have you guys talk again, man.
For sure. All right, appreciate it.